Okay. I hope not everyone is leaving now. You can still stay here. I think it's going to be a lot of fun again. Um, so this is already part four, as you can see. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. This is part four, and I'm gonna guide you through the heads up. We will continue with our CRM, and shortly, for those who don't know me, I'm Jakob Jordan. I grew up in Portugal, but with like 10 years, we moved back to Berlin, where I'm currently still living. Um, I learned design, and in the last 10 years, I did a lot of UI, UX design, building apps and websites and online shops and all that stuff. 2 years ago, I met Ninox, and I think Ninox was still very young, but I immediately saw the potential because, yeah, a lot of like developers always told me what is possible and what not, and especially in terms of backend. And now I had this tool where I could like prototype my workflows very fast, and I even could present it to clients, and they could much better understand. Now that we gathered a lot of experience, many clients that use Ninox, I am a workflow consultant and Ninox developer at Q23, and we had already a lot of different projects, different branches. I learned a lot of different stuff, and it's pretty cool. I love the job. Yeah. All right. Next up, what do we do? Like the last time, we will do like a mixture of construction and coding, although I think this time we will do more coding. Like now we have, and it's going to be around 60 minutes. We will try to do what we can. And yeah, so for those who are new, in my eyes, it's two big parts in Ninox. You have the construction, building up tables and adding fields and doing the relations. And the other big part is coding. So without coding, you get very fast. You have your limits. And from coding, I separate into conditions and scripts and automations. So we built in the last three webinars, we build up our core structure, which is companies, contacts, team member, project, tasks, notifications, and very new, like additional modules where departments, appointments, and field service. I think this was the last time, and or only the last two were the last time. Anyway, so as you can see, during a project like a CRM, the core structure you build is growing constantly, right? And many customers or clients, they see the core structure start working, and like after a short time, they want more modules, more stuff. So yeah, if you want to be a Ninox developer, just be prepared to like constantly flow and constantly think of new modules you can add. Yeah. So we did some deep dives the last time into appointments, automation. Like we created a lead Safari, which auto-generates appointments depending on the location where you go. Also, we auto-generated field service management from the appointments. I'm going to show it to you in a bit. And maybe this time, like we can automate also tasks depending on the field service management. So for those who didn't see the last three webinars, I think we have them on YouTube, right?
We actually are waiting for a little bit to publish the webinars as a standalone series, but this week we will be starting to publish standalone videos for every single webinar. Nice. Also with obviously in the description the databases for each week attached, and while we're at it, definitely if you want to see the databases, join the team and the Ninox Let's Build team or the Q23 team. Just let me know your email address and I will invite you into the team so you can also have a look into the databases and check out the code, copy code, and so on.
Nice. Change requests. Yeah, we had, like as always, we try to integrate change requests from viewers. We had still the constraint for unique entries while linking from James. Access rights, Alan wants to see, like to limit the access to specific areas in Ninox. Maybe like one or two examples how the UX can be improved with buttons. Also, task dependent from other tasks came this week from Marcus via email. We have to see if it's possible to do that this time. I think we had some problem with appointment duration. Also, we want, like in the first webinar, we had this notification module, and now I want to show you how to pop up on opening while opening the database, you get a pop-up and get notified about, for example, tasks. Okay, additional modules. Yeah, okay, this is an overview of modules we managed to implement and modules we plan to implement, but couldn't do it in 4 webinars, which is fine because each webinar is like 1 hour, and for this short time, we managed to do a lot. So if you have the same problem, like try to think of like that every module needs its time. I think we have a lot for future webinars here on this side. Yeah, if you have any questions, we can, or even projects that you can't manage, when you get at your limits, we can help you. You can see the emails. You can write us via email or contact me via LinkedIn. All right, so let's build. I hope you guys are ready. So, in the last time, we can see already the pop-up. In the last time, so here you can see the all the modules we implemented. I'm gonna guide you very quickly through the companies. As Neil said, you can always get invited and look up yourself how it's built. As we have only limited time, I have to rush through it. Projects have tasks, and tasks have notifications, which can be reminded via Slack or via pop-up, also email, but this is like a feature for a future time. Here you can see an overview over the tasks. We added team members, which I'm which we will look into more this time. We had the notifications, exactly. Also a leads, a very simple leads table. And this is can definitely be improved, but we would need like someone from like a company or someone who really needs to improve this table. So also we had, I'm gonna skip Lead Safari. We had departments, of course. In a department, we can see who is assigned. We're gonna look into this also. Appointments, very important. So you can add an appointment with a company and have all the workflow to like get people assigned for it. Like salesperson is especially focus on salespeople that go out to field service. But of course, you can also do an appointment just for some other reasons. Then we have the field service, which is what I just told, which is this is 1 week of field service for a team member, like Felipe Grace. He is like, he should be from sales. This looks a bit messy, but we don't do design. So Felipe Grace had to visit in this week. He had to visit like two companies, 2 customers, and last time I showed you how to load automatically appointments that fit in this week. So this is like a helper to manage your weeks for field service. Also inside this field services, the team members who go to the clients can set a status, open, started, or done. We discussed how to set up like a time tracker, a very simple time tracker, which like should work, kind of. 2 hours is correct. You can add reports, also very simple, like how you saw. Maybe this would be cool to add products. For example, if a client you were visiting wants to have specific products, we would need to build up a product table, which is something for another time too. All right, this was the overview. Oh, and Lead Safari. So Lead Safari is what I just told you. You can generate appointments based on a starting point. So if I create a new Lead Safari, I search for, second. I search for Berlin, because I go to Berlin. I want to visit like some clients in Berlin. The radius might be 10. And we can auto-generate appointments. No, it doesn't work. Maybe we need to give it some stars. Yeah. So we can filter by rating, right? And so we can like plan our Safari or Lead Safari automatically. Like a premium feature, what a lot of clients of us from us wanted is like to implement a map. This is just like a demo. It isn't connected to those appointments, but like in a real world project, we could like set pins for each company. We could like show the radius with a like a circle, you can see that you can implement pop-ups. We can also like implement those informations inside a pop-up, send it to, I don't know what it's called. Let me check. Leaflet. It's called Leaflet. That's what we used. And then send it back to Ninox. So this is the idea. I think we covered everything from the last time, and now we should start.
We have one question from Jakob on Facebook. Can the map be applied to Ninox desktop as well?
Yeah, sure it can. We can have a quick look into it. It's basically an iframe. So you need to set up a website somewhere on a server, and then you implement this website as an iframe. Okay, we have this task pop up already. Yeah, so first things first. I want to focus today, I want to focus on first on like not what we planned, the deep dives, but some constraint for unique, like some change requests. In case you have some change requests, you can write it in the chat, or you can write it inside of our to-do. Okay, it's open to everyone who's invited. Okay, so quickly to answer the question of the Safari, it's basically an iframe, right? You can add HTML to Ninox, and it works also on desktop. Okay. So what I want to show you is the constraint for unique entries while linking. I think it's very important because, for example, in a department, like, let's see, right. In a department like this one, you have already 2 people. And if you want to assign more people to this department, wait, I think it's already implemented. No. So you don't want to add Alex 2 times, right? As he's already inside, you want only to show up. If you add a team member, you only want them to show up in this selection, those who are not connected to the department. So this is where we're gonna start. Let me check on my cheat sheet.
Antonio asks, is this template available? Like I said before, for everybody who's joining now, you can get invited into the team. So you can download the template, play around with it in your own team. Shoot me over your email address. I will invite you, and you can look in the template, download it, copy code, and so forth.
Right. All right. So where were I? All right. Only team members that are not assigned to the department, which is here. Oh, let me just switch to English. I think it's easier for you to follow. By the way, you can change the language. Ninox has a lot of languages here, even Chinese. Wow. All right. So we are back in the department. We want to add some constraints to this field, and constraints are here. For constraints, you add a value from one table to another table, right? So I want to say that a department like here, the department is unequal to the team member department, right? So it would be well, let me just click on it, it's easier. B department assignment and department, which is inside. So this is unequal. Show me those entries. So there's the reverse way of like showing only who's not in the team. And as you can see, like it shows up only those who are not in the team already. If I add Felipe and create a new one, you can see how like the entries are vanishing. So I think we answered this. Maybe another good example that is a bit easier would be, for example, to like, if I want to have an appointment with a company like Delega, I'm going to visit probably a person in this company. So, and if I choose here a contact, it shows me up all the people in my contacts, but I want to show up only those who work at this company. So this is much easier. You go to constraints again. You add, like you click on the company is equal to contacts company. Super easy, that's it. Now shows up only one person. Okay, so check on constraints. Access rights.
Maybe before we start with the access rights, first of all, thanks to Antonio. Great to have you around as a partner. And Stefan wrote the Slack sandbox link, which has been showed last time. It's not working anymore. I think we can maybe put this on the end of the show. So if we have some time, we can look into that and see how or why there's something wrong.
Okay, yeah.
Also, Bruno, shoot me over your email and I'll invite you to the team.
Yeah, cool. All right. A lot of response. I love that. Don't worry. I just have to rush through this, but we try to gather all the informations and try to like check off all the requests that you guys have. So this one is done. Access rights. So what makes totally sense is to hide specific informations between team members. So for example, appointments, or like appointments that maybe another example is the field service here. In this one, that's easy. So I want only to show up my own entries, because Felipe shouldn't know where I'm going and I shouldn't know where Felipe is going. Yeah, so in order to do that, I think we have to go to team members, and what I added already is a user. So you can add a field user, right? User 2, because I have it already. And the cool thing is, if you add this field, you can select, like you can select from the list. I think a lot of people see themselves now here. So you all could add, if you want, add yourself as a team member, and we would have a CRM team. Also, you could test a lot of different stuff. as soon as you are added as team member with a user. So maybe Niels, you could add yourself too, or I add you. Just to show up something. So this is Niels. Right, so Niels is now a team member, and my last name is missing. Okay, so we add like field service for Niels too. So we have 3 people, and I should only see my own entries. So what we are doing is to edit the table, and you can see you have a readable if field. So, and in this field, we can add a condition, which would be let my team member be select team member where user, it's the field we just created, is equal to user, which is a function from Ninox. You can look up here in the manuals. It's here. Yeah, returns the current user value. You can return a lot of other stuff, also the name, the ID, everything. And we ask for the team member that has our user. So, and we say it's readable, like all these entries are only readable if my team member is true. Wait, I just wrote it wrong. And right, if team member, oh no, it's wrong. If, like, this is my way, I think you can do it differently too, but this works. If my team member, if count, so I ask if there is a team member, and if it's like bigger than 1, I echo 2, and now, nope, it doesn't work. Wait a second. Wait. So. Like, we can try out something if this even works. So I created a function field to check if my code really works. Yeah, that should be right. So, I did it totally wrong. So now that I have my team member, show up only entries where the team member is equal to my team member. Okay, confuse myself a bit. Hope it works now. Nope, I don't see anything. Select team member. Here's this user. All right, let's maybe get back to that later. So what else do we have? Improve UI, UX buttons. Okay, this is something I often do just to improve the UI, UX. Is, for example, on a project, I want to, like, some people that are using Ninox, like real noobs, or just people that just don't know anything about Ninox, that are not so familiar with the user interface, they need something like a simple button, right? Like if they want to create a task, they very often we get the feedback they don't find the plus icon. So what I very often do is to create a button and to say let new task create tasks. And new task dot project should be this project, and project be this. And now pop up record new task. So this is something you guys should do massively because it's much easier, right? Okay, next up. I think I'm gonna skip the task dependent from other task because I think it takes a while. Appointment duration, we just saw the appointment duration works. So just to show you again, appointments, duration is here. So Felipe goes to a field service and he goes to this client, and yeah, we have the duration here, and it's pretty easy. It's so time done minus time started, or time started minus time done, depending on if time done is bigger than time started. So this one works. And what else do we have? Notification pop-up. Yeah, I think this one is very, very interesting for a lot of people. So we want to make sure that someone doesn't forget his tasks, right? And I prepared already something. Like, let me delete this and start from scratch. So you have, if you go from, if you add the, like go into edit mode and you click on the top house icon, then you have like options. And in these options, you have global script definitions, but also trigger after open, which is very useful. So trigger something after opening it. And we are going to write the code so you can see how it works. So we want to gather all open notifications. And we do that by select notifications, where tasks status is equal to 1, so it's open. I want to get notified only for open tasks. And only those who are assigned to me. So tasks, task, wait, status is wrong. Yeah. Tasks, task owner. dot user is equal to user. So now if count open notifications, if there are some notifications open, then dialog. So dialog is very easy to find also in the manual. And as you can see, you can add, you can add a title, a message, and a button, or several buttons. So what we want to do right now is something very simple. We want to add a title, a text, and buttons. Right. You have, this is how it goes. You have, now we count again the notifications, because you want to say you have like 1 or 2, 3 open tasks to do. Plus tasks to do. Right. Now maybe we can like concat. We want to show up in the body. We want to show up which tasks. Concat open notifications dot tasks task name. So concat means it sums up with comma separated all the tasks that are open. And as a button, I just want to have something like okay. So now this should work. As soon as we give ourselves, like I have to search my team member, Jakob, and I have to add a button. As you can see, I have to add a task. As you can see, I have already a task that is open and assigned to me. And I have the type of notification pop-up, which we still have to implement in our code. But let's try if that works. So I'm going to leave the database, enter it again, and I get like a list of tasks that I still have to do. Let's add another task just to like see how it looks. Like, okay. Task 1 and task 2. Maybe we give task 2 in progress, so we will check if it pop-ups or not, because we don't want to, or done, we don't want to be reminded of tasks we already have done. So let's leave and enter again. And it shows only 1. Check. Okay. So something is wrong with our code. Status is 1. So again, we can check here in our tasks and our team member. We can check with a formula. I count open notifications. Oh, I know, of course. We have tasks, but we didn't add any notifications. So it's probably right. Notifications. As you can see, I have several function fields here. Always, like, you can clean it up afterwards, but just to check something is very helpful. So let's add a notification to my task. Also here, pop up. Let's check again. Yep, it shows 2 tasks because task 2 is already done. So we can definitely improve this by like asking for check where are my tasks, team member, because we only want those notifications to have the type of notification pop up. We can ask for this too. And of course, the date is important because we don't want to get reminded of tasks that are in the future, like in a far future. So we add a condition and notification and type of notification. I think we asked for the text here. Text of notification is equal to pop up. And I think it's date. So tasks. Due date is equal, smaller or equal to today. All right, that should work. Let's check our tasks and notifications and set them up. So we will add a due date. So yesterday, task 1 should be ready and this one is in the future. So it should show up only, and we need another task 3, also in the past, but like notification is only Slack. And you can see this is all improvable, right? We have to fine tune everything later, but just to show it, I think it's enough. So let's check again. Yeah, only task 1 is showing up, right? Because we set up the notification like that. And you can adjust everything very, very fine depending on what you or your clients need. Okay, so maybe we still have 10 minutes. I wanted to show you guys also like access rights. I'm gonna look into it later, like I'm gonna implement it and then you can check in field services how that works in like here in readable if. So what we wanted to do last time was like auto-generate tasks. For example, if if I go or if Felipe goes to a field service and he has an appointment, I want him to write a report. But probably Felipe, who's very chill, he might forget about reports. So as soon as I create as soon as I load the appointments, you can see I delete the records. I have open appointments for this week for Felipe. Let me check. Assignment. So Felipe goes to those clients, and as soon as I load the appointments, they appear here, right? And in the same process, I want to create also tasks, so he doesn't forget the field service. So the first thing is to connect different tasks to this point, like to this assignment. So add field service tasks. We connect tasks here. Right, so now I can add a task to this field service. Like a new task, write report. Let's open. Okay. So task name, write report. This is now manual, but we want this to be automatically. So we delete those records. Now we look into our code and add some lines like, I don't explain you the code. I think I explained that last time. So what I want to do is add let new task, create create task, right, tasks, and the new task. The new task owner should be the same guy that has this appointment. So task owner is equal to appointment dot team member. It's this field. So this is injected into the task. And next up, what else do we need in the task? We need to connect the task to our field service, right? So let new field service task be create field service tasks. And this new field service task should be field service task dot task is our new task. So while creating a task, you can use this variable already in the next lines, which is pretty cool in Ninox. You can do a lot of stuff with that. And the new field service assignment is the new field service assignment. Like I'm using variables I just created. So this should work. Maybe we give the task, a new task, a title, task name equal to write report. Okay. Let's see if it works. Okay, loading appointments. Now here, both have a new task, write report. And as we go to Felipe, he can see that he has two new tasks, write a report. And maybe what is missing is like the project ID or something, or the customer. Let's see. Writing report for appointment with We have a plus, and now we ask for the appointment dot company. No. Appointments. For appointment. This week. Appointment. Field service assignment. We have to ask for the appointment and then ask for the company. Right, so now should be good. As the script doesn't load any new appointments and double them, we have to delete them again. So load appointment. Now we have task. Oh, and it writes write and report for appointment with 1 because we just asked for the ID of the company, like company dot company name. Now it should work fine. Console, right? And I think this workflow is just the peak of the iceberg. You can do so many things with automated tasks, like in every part. Like for example, you can have project templates where you have like this would be like, for example, project templates would be a new table. We give it a text, a name, template name, and we build it up. Oh, I got it wrong. Only 4 minutes left, but anyway. So a template name would be, for example, let's say a project like social media campaign, right? And in order to like gather some basic tasks, we do a subtable. We call it template tasks. Give it a text, a name, task name. All right, this should be very simple right now. And say graphics. And more. Right, so now I can go to a project, load template, and it adds the task automatically. We had this for several clients that wanted to have this. I think it's very useful. So we are now going more and more into automation because we have our core structure, and this is a very normal procedure of ongoing and growing projects that you have like you go more and more into easing the workflows. And it's probably something you can only do with your clients, like working, like my advice is to, like if you really want to do something great, you really have to talk a lot and ask for the workflows. Some people mean something, like say something, but mean something completely else. And Ninox helps a lot to just quickly prototype, and they say, no, that's not what we wanted. And you delete all the stuff and start again. So yeah, Maybe a good point to finish because, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. As always, the hour went by pretty quickly.
Pretty quickly, yeah. Sorry for that.
No, I think it's a good thing for sure. Stefan, sorry that we couldn't check the Slack function. I will write it
Yeah.
into the to-do, so we will have a look to see what's up with that. Maybe also get you into the panel if you're there next time, so we can check exactly what's up. Thanks to everybody who joined. As always, at the end, if you want to join the team, if you want to have access to the database, give me your email address. I will invite you into the Ninox Let's Build team, where all the Let's Build databases are uploaded. So you can either check them, copy some code, or you can always download the whole database via the Ninox import function, upload it in your own team, and start using these databases and modify them to your own needs.
Exactly.